Scaling your law firm doesn't have to be difficult. It's all about mastering a few key strategies, systems, and mindsets. Welcome to the Scalable Law Podcast, where we talk about how you can increase profit in your pocket and time in your calendar. My name is Caralee and I have successfully scaled my firm so that it doesn't solely rely on me. Now I love teaching other law firm owners how to do the same. Let's transform your business starting now. Welcome to another episode of the Scalable Law Podcast. I am your host, Caralee Fontanelli, and I am sitting here on the Gold Coast in Australia, and it is a beautiful, hot, sunny day because we are coming into summer. So it depends on where you are tuning in from as to what time of year it's going to be for you, but it is coming into the summer here and it is hot, very steamy, which is really, really nice. And it's also getting to that crazy time of year where there are functions and things to go to. So tonight I am off to a really great function called Future Females. It's a local networking function here on the Gold Coast, and that is going to be a whole lot of fun. And the weeks ahead are getting busier and busier, and I bet they are for you as well. If you have a law firm and you are wanting to grow and scale it, you are going to need a team, and you have probably found that this year has been incredibly difficult for a lot of people to attract the right team or to hire staff because there definitely is a shortage out there. And I think this has to do a lot with, it being a lot easier to work from home now. It's much easier for people to start their own firms and run micro or solo practices. People are also looking for different opportunities where they can progress and where they can really find exactly what they are looking for in terms of salary, flexibility, and the like. So in saying that, how can we hire a team and grow our law firm in this market? Because it just seems so difficult. Well, today I want to bring you 7 ways that you can find your legal staff for your law firm. And this is without using a recruiter. And it's also without putting ads on a platform such as Seek. Now, there are so many ways of doing this, and getting your new team members, it doesn't have to be something that is super difficult as long as you put a few things in place. And this is what we're going to talk about today. What can you actually put in place so that you are attracting the right team members? Because you know that you need these people to grow your firm. I have the experience of having the wrong team members, and it does anything but help grow your firm. So it is really, really important that we are putting ourselves out there and employing the right people. And this means making sure that we aren't desperate and employ the wrong people because we feel stuck and we feel like we only have to take what's on offer right at that moment in time. So let's get stuck into it, and let me talk to you about how I have been recruiting and 7 ways that you can find your legal staff for your law firm as well. So my number 1 tip, and this is probably one of the most important things, and I probably will keep referring to this throughout my tips and points because it really does all come back to this. And that is, you need to create an employee funnel or pipeline for your law firm. So exactly like we talk about with marketing for clients, where we've got a funnel and we've got a whole lot of things going on out there, we're branding, we're doing all of these things to bring clients into our funnel. We need to set something up exactly like this in our law firm for employees. So when we talk about attracting clients, we talk about your ideal client and pinpointing who that ideal client is. So let's do that with your employees. Who is your ideal employee? And you might have someone in your firm already who is your ideal employee and you want to attract more of them. Or you might be looking outward and thinking, oh, wow, that would be an awesome person to have in my firm and on my team. And that's exactly who I want to be attracting. They are my ideal employee. And what I suggest you do is you actually write down all the attributes of this person and exactly, who they are. You might even have a name for them, and think about this person as your ideal employee. And this could be for associates, paralegals, legal assistants, and also your lawyers that you've got in your firm. So who is this person? And once you've identified who this person is, then it becomes so much easier to think about them, where they're located, where they're hanging out, how it is that you might attract them, because what are they trying to seek? What do they want from their employment? And what can you offer this ideal employee of yours? And, it could be some of the things that I mentioned before. It could be great flexibility. It could be work from home arrangements. It could be an excellent salary or even part-time work. What is it that your new ideal employees are looking for, and how can you offer it? And remember, when you're creating a pipeline, it's not now people, it's people for the future. And you are going to need people in your team in the future. Might not be this year, it might be 4 years or 8 years or 12 years from now, because remember, you are in business and you are a law firm owner for the long game and for years to come. So how can you start creating relationships with your ideal employee? Well, I think you can start doing that by networking with lawyers from other firms. You can network with them in person or through social media channels. You can go to different networking events and really just be, open to these relationships, because just because they are working elsewhere at the moment doesn't mean they're going to be working elsewhere forever. And there might come a time that they want to move on or get a new opportunity. And if you have a pipeline in the works and you've got relationships that you have created, these are going to be of absolutely huge value to you over the years to come. So I really encourage you to create an employee funnel by identifying your ideal employee, working out exactly who this person is, what they might be wanting from you as a law firm owner, and if you can offer those kinds of things for your employees, and then start nurturing some relationships, creating a pipeline that is going to serve you well into the future. So my number 2 strategy is to hire interns and law graduates. So we have a really great intern and law graduate practice where we have new law students coming in all of the time, and they are either coming in for work experience or practical placement experience. And this really is a win-win situation for both the law firm and the candidate. Now, providing law students with this sort of opportunity to learn and be mentored and be part of your team is an excellent way to get to know up and coming lawyers, and also to train them in the way that your law firm practices law, and to have an extra set of hands in your firm to help you with legal work. It gives you insight into the intern or law graduate to see if they are going to be a fit in your firm, to see if they have what it takes to lean into your practice area, and to see whether they are someone in the future that you would like to hire. Now, even if you don't have a position to hire the students straight after they've finished law school or their practical placement with your firm, they are then placed really into your pipeline for future opportunities as they arise in your firm. So that's how that works. So think about your funnel and think about how you are creating those relationships in that funnel. And hiring interns and law graduates are an excellent way. We have had some really great success with our interns and law graduates. We have had some people who have come into our firm as placements very early before they graduated, and they have stayed with us for many, many years, and it's been a really great relationship. So it works out really well. And of course, with hiring these interns and law graduates, not every single one is going to be a fit. You are going to have some that just don't cut it, and people that, really aren't employable in your firm, and that's totally fine. Just remember that it's kind of a little bit like dating. You're going to have to go through a few before you find the right ones. So number 3 is, and to be honest, I have not done this, but I know that firms are doing this, and I know that some firms are doing it with a lot of success, and that is to offer a law firm recruitment bonus. So this is usually for people who are already employed in your law firm, and to get them out there seeking new employees for the firm that they believe will fit into the firm values, and potentially getting out there with contacts that they have in exchange for a referral bonus or reward scheme for your team. Now, this works really, really well because a lot of your lawyers, particularly your more senior lawyers, are going to have lots of contacts that you don't have, and they're going to know a lot of really excellent people. So we have got some amazing employees that have been recruited / referred to us by existing team members, and they not only, love working with these people, but they know as well that they're going to be a good fit for the team. And sure enough, this has been really successful for us in terms of, gathering a team of people who really love working together. And when you have a team that loves working together, it's when people love working together and they trust each other, it's a recipe for perfection in your firm in terms of growing a team. So that is excellent if you are able to do that. And, there's the potential idea of doing that with bonuses attached to it. Like I said, we haven't done that, but I do know firms who have done that, and it has been a really successful way of recruiting for them. So number 4 is focusing your social media on recruitment and branding for your firm. So this does not mean that you're going to be on your social media saying, we need a new team member, please come and work for us. What it means is that you are going to be using social media as a branding tool rather than just attracting and thinking about creating content that attracts clients. Also think about creating content that will attract your ideal employee as well, because employees are looking at who they want to be working with. Just like you as an employer are keeping an eye on different local practitioners around your area, they're also looking at law firms that they would really love to go and work for. And when you have got really great content on your social media that's attractive to them, then you can get excellent employees who self-select you as the place that they want to work. And this is so perfect when this happens. Because you are attracting like-minded people, you are attracting people who like what they see and they really want to be part of the firm that you have created, and they really want to support the team. So showcase things like your law firm's team, the offices where you work, the activities that you do as a firm to grow, and the things that you do as a firm to create opportunities for your team members. Things like training days, talk about your firm's core values, talk about how you reward and recognize your team, things like that, so that you are able to actually appeal to the team rather than, for example, always just be talking about the service that you offer, which is really out there for the clients rather than the team members. So keep that in mind in your social media. Not to mention that you can, of course, put on social media things like, we're growing, we would love to find our next incredible team member who we'd love to welcome to our firm. So, really putting that out there and saying things like that, because you never know who is watching your account, and you never know who might know somebody that they know is looking for a position and feels that your firm would be a great fit for them. So number 5 is to consider using a micro firm or a solo practitioner to help you in your practice. Now, this is not a permanent fix. This is obviously something that is going to be temporary, maybe for a year or two. But there are so many micro law firms starting up at the moment. And since COVID, this has been happening at an incredible rate. I know because I have a lot of these people in my program, a lot of law firm owners that have started in the last couple of years through COVID have joined my program. And, it's because they've realized you can work from home, you can do things on Zoom, you can be paperless. It's just a lot easier now to get out into your own practice. But of course, they need to build their firm up, and they, might be needing some work in the meantime. So if you have got a file or two that you need help with, or you need assistance with, different matters in your firm, then it is an excellent idea and a great way to get a new lawyer on board that can help you out. Now, of course, they are probably going to be quite senior, which is awesome because that means that you don't have to micromanage them. You can probably give them some files either on a part-time basis employed by you, or it could be on a contract basis as well. So this is a really great way. If you have got too much work on, but maybe you don't need to employ a full-time person yet, it really can be a win-win scenario for them and for your law firm. So it's definitely something to consider. I know that there are lots of these micro and solos out there at the moment, and some of them may be looking for work. So start a conversation, see if they would like to get some work from you. And, don't be afraid that they might be competition, because we're all here to help each other out. And if it's a win-win scenario, then it doesn't get any better than that. And it does not hurt by any stretch having some conversations around that topic. Plus, if you're already established and you've already got work coming in the door, how neat is it that you can support someone who's trying to go out on their own as well? We all started from somewhere, and I think that it is so great to be able to support each other in this way. Number 6 is to employ remote lawyers. At the moment, it is still a bit tricky to find these people, but there are a lot of remote lawyers out there who are in regional areas, or they might be in the suburbs and they don't want to be commuting into town anymore. So as a law firm owner, if you are open to people working remotely, then it is a really great opportunity, because what it means is that you can fish outside of your local pool. And I know sometimes for me, my local area can feel very, very small and tight, and you can kind of feel like there's not that many lawyers in your practice area out there looking for work. But what if you expanded your eyes and looked out to some remote areas or regional places where for the employees in those places, there's not very many firms for them to work for, and they would rather not work for the firms that are in their area because they might have already been there, or they don't align with their values, or whatever it might be. These people out there who are lawyers, who are wanting remote work, or even assistants who want remote work, they could be ideal employees from your firm. There's so many advantages of not having people in person in law firms. One of them, of course, is that you can reduce the cost of rent. You can reduce the cost of all the other costs that it actually costs to have someone in a seat in your office. The other thing that I quite enjoy about remote work, or having the team remotely working, is that the office just isn't as crazy and busy. It's a little bit quieter. Everyone's got that sort of space. Of course, it does come with some challenges or disadvantages, and we do have to work hard at making sure there's communication and you're phoning each other and, all of that kind of thing, checking in on people. But you could actually find your ideal employee, your ideal lawyer or legal assistant, on in a remote location. So think outside that square and think about how you could possibly find some of these people. And again, that could be through social media, that could be through some advertising, or whatever it might be. Now, finally, the last one is going to events that are specific to your legal practice area. This can be really beneficial because you are going to be out and about seeing who is around, building relationships, networking, make an effort at these events to chat with other practitioners, see who's looking for work, or, just keep your ear to the ground. And often the finest team members that you're going to have are going to be the most enthusiastic ones that are at these legal professional events. They're keen to keep learning. And, again, this feeds back into tip number 1, which is creating an employee pipeline. So what I do want to say about all of these ideas that I've got here is the majority of them aren't quick wins. Like you're not going to employ people tomorrow by doing some of these tips. This is around creating a funnel that's going to support you in the long run so that you have got conversations and relationships going with people over time, and that if there's ever a chance that people are going to be moving, that they're going to be coming and talking to you. Or you might get someone out of the woodwork who comes via an ad or via social media where they say, I've been watching you for a long time and I love your firm and I really have been wanting to work for you. That is the greatest compliment that you can have. And that does happen when you work hard on your brand and you really think about your employees and who it is that you want to be attracting. In law firms, our biggest investment is our team. So you certainly want to make sure that you are investing in the right people. And if you are able to really articulate and write down exactly what that right person looks like for your law firm, you're going to have so much more success in attracting them into your funnel and into your sphere. And when you get the right person in your team, it truly, truly is a win-win. It's a win for them because they have a home that is somewhere they love to work, and you have a team that is productive and doing their very best for the clients and for the firm. And of course, when you have a happy team, life is just so much better for everybody. So it's really something to consider and think about when it comes to building your team. I hope that you've really enjoyed today. If you are keen to start scaling your law firm in 2023, now is the time to get in. Do not be thinking about scaling your law firm in 2023 and 2023 because you're going to miss the boat. We need to start thinking about scaling now and putting in place everything we need to now for the future. So you can hit the ground running when you come back to the office in 2023, rather than getting there slowly and then finally putting things in place by February, March, April, because that's the first quarter absolutely already gone. So if you are interested in learning more about the Scalable Business Lounge, you can hop over to scalablelaw.com. There is my free training over there on the website where you can watch the training, and it is my 3 top tips on how you can scale your law firm and what you need to implement. Hop over there and go and have a look. And I also, of course, on that training, talk to you about how you can join the Scalable Business Lounge, where we have got a bunch of incredible lawyers who are doing amazing things, by the way. I am constantly in awe of how quickly some of these law firms are growing and how fast they are accelerating their profit, their freedom, their revenue, their learnings, their impact, and really making a big difference in the legal world. Anyway, I would love to hear from you. Please throw me a hi on social media or on email if you want to. I am most often behind my computer, ready to answer any questions. I will hear from you again, or actually, no, I won't hear from you. You'll hear from me again next week. Bye for now.
Thank you for listening to the Scalable Law Podcast, brought to you by the Scalable Business Lounge. If you would love to know how you can get more clients without relying on referrals, head over to scalablelaw.com to watch my free masterclass. Until next time, you have got this.